thought I would show you my office for today. It is so gorgeous here. The sun is really warm today. And it's such a blessing to be outside. I feel truly blessed that I still live somewhere where I can go to this beautiful park. Some of the parks are now closed in BC, I think mostly for people who want to go camping. So, I thought I would share this before I begin my video today. My beautiful family of light. I'm here today in this glorious setting, and today I want to share with you something that is coming through as being very important right now, and so I'm going to offer a guided meditation based on what it is I want to share today. I received a channeling in my inbox yesterday, and they said it was very important and there was a lot of energy that came through behind it, and so I decided to read it. And when I read it, it was the very same message that has been coming through me from the Elohim especially, that we are in a time now where we really need to be focusing on what we want our world to be like on the other side of this COVID-19 pandemic. Because we are in a time of a great opportunity to make a change. It's like a total reset. And so this message was sharing the same thing that's come through me, that it's really an opportunity for us and vital for us to think about what we want the world to be like on the other side of this. For one thing, do we want to go back to oil and gas in the way that we have been and doing that when we know that there are so many alternatives that are available, and that industry is being kept alive just for those who are at the top who want the money from it? It's not in service to the earth. And do we want to go back consuming and polluting the way that we have been with industry? There are so many things that we've pulled away from in this grand opportunity of this time of coming back to ourselves and being in our own lives again, that really gives us time to think about what we would like to be different. And then how do we create something new? Well, for one thing, we make a choice that we would like it to be new. We envision the new that we would like to create, and then we use our expression, our will, to bring that about in the world. So I decided to do a guided meditation so that we can come together, all of us together, to envision each in our own unique way the different aspects of life that we would like to be different. So for example, when I had my children, my oldest child is now 31, I knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, even though many people were going to work. And I actually felt very judged for having made that choice. But to me, it was important that I was the one who was parenting my children. And so as a family, we had to make sacrifices to do that. We didn't take all the vacations that we may have otherwise. I lived with very little spending money for buying things or being out or going out to dinner. But it was a choice that I made and that we made together because it was really important. And so I'm bringing that up because we're at a time now where we can make decisions about what we want our life to look like on the other side of this when things go back to normal. And do we want that to be the old paradigm, or do we really want to create something new and different? And each one of us making choices for our personal lives, we have that opportunity to do that. Because what I feel many people may realize is that in this mad rush to go to work every day and make money, only to come home and spend it on things that we don't really need but just consume, it's a cycle of having to give away so much of our time and so much of our freedom just so that we can be consumers. And then that consumerism, as we know, is very harmful to the planet. there's a video also that came to me that I haven't watched yet about all the plastic in the oceans, and it shows a picture of this woman sitting in a boat and everything she's gathered out of the ocean, and it's absolutely incredible, like large buckets. It's not just little fragments of plastic. And now's a time for us to really think about whether we want to continue degrading the earth the way that we have been, or are we going to take responsibility and accept that we are stewards of the earth and that we have responsibilities as human beings living on this earth, responsibilities to each other, to humanity, to all life on this planet. It's time for us to start honoring all life and not just ourselves and our own small world and what we feel like we're missing. The more we come back home to nature and to this environment, the more we'll find peace and stillness within ourselves. We have to give it a try before we know. So let's go into this guided meditation, and I'm going to do some light language at the end of this because I realize I haven't brought through much light language lately, and I know it will really help us to anchor in what it is that we bring up in this guided meditation. So each one of us contributing our own piece, and then the light language will meet that so that it will support the frequency of this energy going into our energy field, into the matrix, to support the energy of creating something new on the other side of this. So I would invite you now to close your eyes, make sure you're comfortable, and just take a deep breath in and just sigh as I just did on the out breath. Just let it go. And that sigh actually releases stress hormones. So when we sigh, we're actually releasing. So it's really good for us to do that, to just let it go. And it came very naturally when I decided to just go in and get centered. It wasn't any mental efforting. So just breathe in relaxation and breathe out any stress or tension. And just bring all of you here into this moment. Don't be thinking about whether you have time for this. If you're going to stay with it, then just let yourself be fully present. Don't think about what you'll want to create right now. Just let yourself be fully present, feeling the weight of your body on your chair. And just breathing in relaxation. And breathe out any stress or tension. Just let everything go. And imagine now that you are dropping down into your heart as if all of the energy just went from your mind and dropped right down into your heart. As if you could feel the you, like mini-me inside of you, dropping down, and you're now in your heart. And imagine in whatever way is right for you, that you are now in a comfortable little room in your heart. And just take a moment to see or to create. If you don't see anything, then just use your imagination. Just pretend like you're daydreaming to create this room for yourself. Maybe it's like a cozy log cabin. Maybe it's a glass room, whatever it is for you. And just feel yourself in this room. Feel how comfortable it is, how how safe you feel here, where you are completely safe and protected on this journey. And as you are just taking in this room, you sense that someone else is there, even though you don't yet see them. Just like you know on the street if someone is looking at you and you turn around, you sense them there. And then, as if walking out of a mist, you see this beautiful being standing before you, and you know immediately that it is your guide. You feel so much love and grace from this being. And it greets you. Greetings, beloved. Greetings from the great central sun. Greetings from the love and light of the Creator. I come in service to all humanity. And I come to be your bright light on this journey. And you express your appreciation to this guide for being here with you. And as you do, he motions to your side. And as you look over, you see a beautiful doorway, clear glass, and on the other side of that doorway you see a magnificent meadow full of light. And in the far distance of this meadow is a crystal palace. And you know that you and this guide are going to that palace. And you begin to walk toward the door, and it opens wide for you, and suddenly you can smell the fresh air of the meadow. And you can feel the breeze moving across your face, and the radiance of the sunlight as it kisses your cheeks. Oh, it is a glorious day in this meadow. And as if coming to greet you, there are little songbirds flitting about in front of you, up and down, back and forth, like they are doing a little dance to welcome you into their meadow of light. And the flowers offer their sweet perfume to fill your senses with delight. And as you are walking, you ask your guide, what is our purpose in being here? And your guide simply smiles and invites you to enjoy the walk. And so you walk along this meadow trail that leads to this beautiful crystal palace in the distance. And you allow yourself to be fully present in that moment, feeling the breeze and the light, hearing the song. And you're quite sure in the distance, where you can see the woods, that there is a waterfall, for you can hear the sound of it far off in the distance. And as you approach this beautiful crystalline palace, you are in awe at its beauty, the many facets of light that dance like a prism. And you look down and you realize that all the colors of the rainbow are dancing on your body as the prism of light greets you from this crystal palace. And you approach nearer, and you know that your guide is asking you to stop now. And it is at this point that your guide comes beside you and communicates to you that you are being invited into a council of elders. For this palace holds a great hall where those of the great white brotherhood gather. And at this time they are very busy, meeting frequently to discuss what is happening on earth at this time and how they might encourage humanity to indeed give thought to the potential that is happening in this time of stillness and isolation, and the opportunity to create with great intention what may come on the other side of this. And so your guide lets you know that through this meditation, many beings are being invited now into this great hall, that we may offer our perspective, and that we may receive the grace and wisdom that these wise ones are happy to share with us. And your guide assures you that you are deserving of this invitation. For it is your world, it's your life. As we are connected together as humanity, all life is connected together as the I am, as the all that is. And with this, your guide motions now for you to go forward, and suddenly you realize there are many, many people who are climbing these stairs with you that take you into this palace. So many people coming from here and there, and you are delighted to see that you are not alone, that there are many of your fellow humans approaching as well. And you greet each other as if you know each other somehow, because indeed you do, beloveds. And you smile and feel accepted. And you join the line 4 and 5 across as people enter the great doorway into this palace. And as you enter, you are in complete awe at the beauty. In the very center is a crystalline fountain of violet light that passes over everyone who enters this castle. You know that it is yours and for everyone to walk through the stream of this light, to cleanse and purify any discordant energies that may have found their way with you. And as you step into that beautiful, cool, violet fountain of light, you feel refreshed, you feel so much love. And you pass through, ready now to enter the doorway into the great hall. And as you do, many ascended masters and beings from different solar systems, a great diversity of beings are standing at one end of the hall to greet all who enter. And you see that there is a great number of seats that have been prepared for all who are called to be present at this gathering. And you find your seat like being seated in a theater with these great beings below you so that everyone can see and everyone can join in. And as you find your seat, you are greeted by those who are sitting around you. Everyone so warm and welcoming, anticipating this beautiful event and what this invitation will mean. And suddenly there is silence, and you know that this meeting is about to begin. And all those who are in front of you have a seat except for one being who remains standing and offers its greetings. Dear ones, it is our great honor and delight to receive you this day. For we are a tribunal, a council of light, that has gathered this day to welcome you, to invite you into the awareness that we can now see of two very distinct potentials that await humanity on the other side of this great awakening that you have named COVID-19. And so we welcome you, and we tell you that your presence here is greatly appreciated. For we need the willingness and the invitation of those who are residing on your planet in order for us to offer all that we can. You must ask, beloveds, and we take your presence here as an asking. And we would say that if there is anyone here who feels uncomfortable, you are welcome to leave, and there will be no repercussions, no ill intent towards you, beloveds. We want you to honor yourselves, first and foremost, always to honor yourself. And so for any of you who would like to leave at this time, there is a guide at the door who will take you back to make sure that you return safely to your own heart space. For those who wish to remain, again, we welcome you. And this one takes a seat. And as it does, it tells you that it is inviting another of their council to speak to you now. And another being rises up from its seat, tall and majestic, radiant with light. She is a goddess of light. Lady Faith has risen to speak to you now. And she speaks. And so it is, sacred hearts of love and grace. We come before you now to tell you that this time, as has been spoken, is a grand opportunity for many of you who are here. You know that the world needs to change. You have great desire for the world to change, and yet you have not known how to bring that about. And even now you have great questioning. How can we make it different? And so we say to you, beloveds, that by being here this day and expressing each one of you in your own way what you would like to be different in your world, if you could imagine a new earth that is full of love and grace and compassion and caring, where no one is left behind, where no one is forgotten, where no one is injured and harmed and left to suffer alone, but a world where humanity sees itself as one presence, one living organism of love and light, where you know that whatever you do and whatever you think is affecting the whole organism. It is like a cell that receives a chemical signal that then brings about change in the cell. And all of humanity is that cell. And every thought is the chemical signal. What would you like that to be? What would your chemical signal be? And so imagine now, as I speak to you, if the world were full of love and grace, if your heart was so overflowing with love that you could hardly believe it was your life, what kind of life would that be? Who would be in your life? How would you be together? What would your role be as part of your community? What would communities look like? How would they support one another? And would people have to work to live on this earth? You were born of this earth where everything was provided. How would people be cared for? How would housing and food be provided? All of these things are pieces for you to look at so that you may begin to create this new world that is your great potential at this time. And we say to you, beloveds, you do not need to know the how. Don't try to begin with the how. Then you move into your mind and you become confused. Begin with the vision, the dream of what you would like to be. And so I will pass it over now to the great divine director, who, when he rises up, will stand in an energy of pure light, and that light will magnify everything that you are choosing to create, everything that you desire to be. And again, beloveds, we tell you, any of you who are uncomfortable, simply rise up and leave, and you will be greeted by one who will take you back to your own heart. For those who are ready to begin this process of imagining a world that is everything that you would like to be living in the name of love, this is a world full of love and light of grace. Nothing else will manifest in this creation. So fear not. And I hand it over now to this great director. Lady Faith and this director bow to each other, and she takes her seat. And as this great director rises, you feel this magnificent light pouring upon you. You feel so much love, so much radiance. And you take this time now, knowing that this is your opportunity to bring your vision into this new world. And you envision your family, your children, your appearance, everything can be whatever you would like it to be. Your age, where you live, what you do together. How large is your community? Who are the special people in the community that you feel closest to? Do they have some relationship to you? Friends, family? Are you part of an organization that offers service to the all? What is your special role? Perhaps you are skilled at caring for children. Perhaps you are an orator or a writer. Perhaps you create beauty. What is it that you can do in this world where everything is provided? Feel into the feeling of knowing what it's like to be living, where everything is provided. Free of suffering, for love is everywhere. And as you envision this, you realize now that the light is dimming. This beautiful, radiant light is dimming and dimming. And you open your eyes once again as this great director begins to speak. And he says, "Beloved beings of the earth, if only you knew the love that we hold for you. If only you knew the magnificence of your souls and what you have accomplished in previous incarnations. You would laugh at your forgetting of your magnificence. And I say this now, beloved souls, to remind you that you know how to do this. And we thank you for being present here, for sharing your vision of this new world full of love and grace." And with that, you sense that your guide is next to you once again. And you realize it is time to leave this grand hall. And so you rise as others do. And you offer your deep thanks telepathically to those who have been speaking, to the beautiful beings of light who called you to this grand hall. And you join the line of others leaving, moving back toward the beautiful glass doors that led you into this hall. And you smile and nod to those who are leaving with you. And you move past the beautiful fountain of violet light to the door that again leads you to the stairs. And as you walk down the stairs, you realize, when you look out and see the beautiful meadow, that you are alone once again with your guide. And you pause at the bottom step and turn to your guide to offer your deep thanks and appreciation for this opportunity. As he receives your thanks, he motions to the path in the meadow. And you step into this beautiful meadow once again, feeling the kiss of the sun on your face, smelling the flowers and hearing the birds chirping as you make your way back across this meadow. And soon you come to the door that leads you into that room in your heart. And as you pass into this room, your guide beside you, you sense the door closing behind you, and your guide simply fades away. And you feel yourself now being lifted once again up out of this room, up toward your mind once again, back into the place of being aware of where you're sitting, the room that you're in, aware of your presence. Wiggling your fingers and toes and coming back into this now moment once again. Ready to receive this beautiful light language that will lift you into that experience, fully anchoring in the energy of knowing that all you need to do to create a new reality is hold it in your heart, to let the energy of it be there, and it will find its way. And the more of us who hold this vision for a new and different life on the other side of this pandemic, the more we will experience a shift. And so you may add your intention to this light language, whatever it is that you would like to receive, that you would like it to anchor in for you. Huakla I machkana wa e kini. Umaktaki atwa e ilawa achkana I maktaktiki I. Huachakano e la ichkana atwa e miktika I o kina. Imaktaka I atlawa e inai. Omachika hawa e I kanai totka atwa I. Umachikai o ala ichkana atwa e mi. Humatika atwa e kinai o ichkala atwa e kana. Imalawa o ich kanai maktaktawa I kakani. Miachikahe o I kanai maktilawa a ich kana. Hutatika awi I kanai o chikana atwa e mali. Amana atwa e I kanoa. Makalawa ha o ich kanai. Maktiktawa e I o ala achkana I. Matiaka atwa e I akano. Makachua o ilatikai. O titakahe maktiwa. I saw borders softening as we become one people, one nation. People accepting one another in love and grace. So thank you once again for being with me. This video ended abruptly when I was outside, so I had to finish this last piece at home. So I hope this is all working out. Thank you so much for holding the vision with me, for being present, and thanks to everyone who's signed up for the love notes. I'll put the link below in my channel, and who have expressed how much they're appreciating these love notes. I so love hearing back from you and knowing that they are touching you and having an impact. Okay, dear ones, be well.